Hey everybody, it's Tim with Broken Dice bringing you another quick little channel update on my solo Wargaming project. This is turn 4 with my Greeks and Persians at 2,000 points using our Clash of Empire rules. Okay, here, and I have no idea why this photo is here other than, oh, there it is. It threw me off for a second. Here we have our command flip of the cards, and it would appear that the Persians have won again the initiative over the Greeks, and let's move on and see how this turns out for them. Okay, again, just like always, it's in descending order. Again, it looks like the Persians have gotten lucky. They have no high cards really in the back that are going to really affect their movement abilities. And it looks like the camel riders are going to be first, and then in descending order, but it seems like everything that needs to move will move. The only problem that may have come up is if this was like a combat unit, and with the jack it would have been kind of hemmed in by the skirmishing horse archers, but they could have moved through them if need be, because you can interpenetrate with your skirmishing horse archers. Other than that, it seems like through this whole game the Persians have gotten lucky this way. So we got the king over here, a jack, 10, and like with the sparrow bar, the way they operate, they don't move much anyway, so we'll just leave them pat. Oh, here's a little bit better one, or the wide angle. Kind of gives you an idea of where everybody at in relationship to the other units. Okay, so in the movement, obviously the Sparrowbara back here on the back are going to stay put along with this archery unit. If you notice off to up to the left, the skirmishing horse archers have moved out of the way of this unit here, the what's termed as your Iranian foot archers. That way they can get some basically inflating fire onto these hoplites. And what's important about the hoplite is that in this rule system, if they're being shot to their open side, basically the right hand side of the unit, then they don't get to use their shield for protection. Makes a big difference, and it does change the way you kind of want to deploy your phalanx, especially your hoplite units. And over on the far right are where the camel riders and who have moved up this way first, and the medium Persian cavalry. And this general right here, he is attached to this unit. I don't believe I moved him by the time I had taken this picture, but he is actually attached to this unit. Now, what had happened is that once the levy hoplites had been defeated and run off the table, the whole side of this table is opened up to the Persian cavalry. So what I decided to do was to have them do a march move and then end it with a complex move of a wheel. And I had to roll a dice on their discipline leadership, their DL test basically, and they passed. And they only passed it because I know it's confusing that he's not up next to this unit, but this guy here is the general, and he's there, and he adds a +2. And so the units passed, and because they didn't have a 9, that dice is wrong up here in this corner. They're a 5, and I think that was a 7 or something. I dropped it off the table, and yeah, but they both passed on their I guess I put it up there, and I think that was supposed to be a 4, not a 6. And so they would have passed, and they passed because he's attached to this unit. So So they both pass. So they both get to do, yeah, here it is. The Persian cavalry and cavalry both pass complex move tests. I have no idea what I typed there after marching, because the Persian general was of his location, which is really in this unit here. I just hadn't moved him up by the time I took when I was taking the pictures for some reason. Maybe I should take a little more time in my editing. Okay, this is where you can see at the edge of the table where they've made their move, and they've made the wheel, and the army general is with them, like he's supposed to be in the other photographs. Okay. Yeah, the horse archers didn't need to make any sort of test to make this move. They would fire into this unit along with that unit of Iranian archers, and neither one of them did any real damage to them. I think there was a total of 1 or 2, maybe 1 wound on them, and that was about all there was to that. Although when you look at it, I sure wouldn't want to be these javelin guys for the Greeks right now. And so you can kind of get this look of this kind of overlapping sort of deal with these light troops coming around the large phalanx of the Greeks. At the start of the Greek turn, the army general got the big card, and it really doesn't matter for these guys because they're going to shoot into these guys anyway, into the Persian medium cavalry anyway, and they didn't do anything. I charged with both of these units, and the Persian slingers were going to do a fire and evade, but they failed a morale test. So what that means in this system is that they just flee. And that means this is a failed charge for this unit here. Oh, I guess I should backtrack. In the shooting phase for the Persians, this unit did another couple of wounds to this unit. So they've almost taken out a whole rank. But in the Greek turn, they charged. They failed their leadership test, and then they have to flee. And that turns this unit into only making a normal move. Same thing over here. This unit wanted to charge this unit here, but when I measured it was out of range, and again that will turn that into a regular single movement rate. As you can tell by these blackened arrows right here, the red one meant for the charge. I didn't put another one in because it was just so far it wasn't going to be a practical charge, and so they just moved their regular move. Here it is the Persian slingers fleeing. And that's very important because, I mean, they're going to flee through probably the Sparabara units. But it's not going to be that big of a deal because, I mean, although they've been dealing out the lion's share of the damage, it's looking pretty rough for the Greeks right now. Pretty rough. They're getting surrounded, and it might be in time to form square and fight in the shade, as they say. And that's how the turn ended. Very quick. Wasn't any combats. Just a little moving and shooting. Hope you enjoyed this one. This was quick. 5 will be coming up pretty soon, and then probably end it on turn 6 so I can get off into some other projects. But that's it's been a kind of a learning experience. There's a lot of things I want to talk about once this whole project is over. I've been taking some notes on some things I like, some things I don't like. It's an okay system. It's okay. But it has so much competition out there that I think, and it reminds a lot of people of other older systems that work fairly similarly, so that making the change to this one may not have seemed, especially in buying the books and everything. They had a tough road with this one, I think. So I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think I need to improve on. Editing and picture taking is one. I will be posting probably turn 5, probably earlier in the week, and then finish off next weekend with it, and then give my kind of a synopsis of what I like and what I don't like about it, what I kind of what I found out about it. And that's it. So everybody have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next time.